The Circle! Season 7, episode 1.1. Sean, we are back. I'd give you a high five, but I know that's not who you are. I'd give you a fist
That's not
bump,
who I am.
but that's not who you are either, Sean. Dude, I am fired up. The people have been waiting.
They have been waiting.
Yes.
My phone's been ringing.
Yes.
There's stuff in my mailbox.
Yes. Snail mail or email?
Snail mail.
Man, people writing letters. That's how
because they're afraid I didn't get their text.
I love it. Sean, we are back. We have so much to talk about. We are going to... Well, I was getting there. I was about to say the first thing on the list before we even get to that stuff are the new duds. Sean, ask me where I got this.
Where did you get that?
I got this from you about 2 hours ago.
Yeah. You did?
Where did you get them from?
Actually, we got these from Vince DeSabato. Thank you, Vince. We know you watch the show. Gave us some sweet Adidas sports gear
baby.
for
Three-stripe life.
Foxfire Player Club. So
yes.
Thank you for everything you do for us.
Love Foxfire. I haven't played there yet, but my dad played there quite a bit when he was around and loved it.
White is a great color for you.
White is terrible because I got a whiteboard behind me and I sort of, I haven't been on my tanning bed yet. That's going to come.
Well, it could be green with green screen.
Ooh, ouch, that would be bad.
Your face, that would really be bad.
Woo! Oh, my arms too.
But we can do this.
Sean, I do want to say this. It's great that we have these because we got a lot to get into today. Our summer escapades.
Yeah.
Which we'll get into here in a minute.
Which was a ton.
Yes. We've got
traveling.
The state of the sport address given to you by yours truly. Yes, that's right. We want to talk about the Central District as a whole. And that is what we do. We support the Central District. And Sean, I mentioned the golf shirts because this year we did not do 2, we did not do 3, we did not do 4, but we did 5, a whole handful of golf outings.
I guess
That's
I owe
right.
you some money then.
Yes, you do, buddy. We did golf outings left and right, it seemed like. Sean, the first one we did...
what do these golf outings benefit?
The golf outings benefit the teams that are hosting them, the wrestling teams that are hosting them.
That's wrestling.
Yes, it's all wrestling.
Yeah,
yes,
we're gonna do that.
Yeah, $75, $85, $100. Did them all.
Care.
Did not. I just the sponsors paid for that. I don't care. But we did Watkins Memorial. It was a blast. Inside the Circle played with the group out there. Then we went to Whitehall Yearlings. Love Coach P and his outing.
I love that golf outing.
Love it.
That's just a very laid back, relaxed.
Yes.
Easy, manageable course.
I mean,
love that golf outing.
Doesn't matter if you're a good golfer or a bad golfer. You can go out there and play. You know, it's good stuff. While we were on the course at Whitehall Yearling, got a call. And they want to know if I want to play Marysville. Well, what's it going to? Marysville Wrestling. Well, doggone it, count me in. Yeah, baby. So we did Marysville's. We also did Dublin Kaufman's.
Dublin Kaufman, yes. Well, I thank Mark Roseberry for helping sponsor ITC at the Dublin Kaufman. So thank you, Mark.
And then the last one we did was Olentangy Berlin, a new program to the area. And we thought, well, what better way to chip in than to do a golf outing?
Today's not the day.
No, it's not. Chip in, it's a golf joke. Whatever.
Well, I think they all got it.
It's fine.
I think they just fast forwarded.
Yeah, no problem. Real quick, yours truly, on behalf of ITC, 4th annual golf outing for Watkins Memorial, closest to the pin. Closest to the pin. I'm not a bad golfer, Sean.
Is there a picture of you hanging up at the hole now?
Yeah, well, there is now.
Okay,
yeah,
okay.
right where we go in. Yeah,
right.
I'm not a bad golfer though. I'm really not
You're
that
not a bad
bad.
golfer.
I'm not bad. I'm not bad. Like I know bad golfers. I do. I really do. And I'm not bad. I'm no Adam Huddle, but I am not bad. But Sean, that was the. There's so much going on right now. Not only did we do golf outings, we had representation out in the Legends of Gold.
Where was that?
Wrestling camp out in South Dakota.
Yes.
I got to hang out with your boy Zane Rutherford. I got to hang out with him for 2 days.
I don't think I heard of that guy before.
He's pretty good.
Like D3 guy?
No, he's actually wrestled at Penn State.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Hung out with him for a couple days. And then Kyle Snyder was in the house for a couple days.
Mark,
and then,
you can't keep that up.
No, I'm dead. So, anywho, inside joke we'll tell you later. Nate Tomasello's out there for a couple days too.
Awesome.
Great stuff. Actually got in a tussle with, I didn't get in a tussle with him. He got in a jam and asked me, called me up, was like, hey, would it be possible for you to drive me home?
Do you know what? If somebody is in a jam and you're who they're calling,
they're in a jam. That's right. So he calls me up and said, can we, this is actually pretty funny. Well, bear with me. He calls me up and says, hey, would it be possible if you took me home from the airport? Not a problem, dude. Not a problem. Just meet me at the gate. It won't be an issue. I'll tell my wife. It's all good. So I called my wife and said, hey, when you come pick me up, we're going to take Nate to his place and we'll just go back home from there. And so my wife says, who's Nate? And I say, Nathan Tomasello. She repeats the name, and Josh perks up. My son perks up and says, Nathan Tomasello's coming in your van? Can I come too? This kid was out to the world. He said, can I come too? Yep, sure can, son. Let's go. So anyway, it was good stuff. Anyway, he wanted to be around him. Anywho, then we went down to Campbell University, got to talk to Carrie Collette.
Did you get a ride to Campbell?
I can neither confirm nor deny whether I got on the Camel.
Okay.
Okay? But I got to hang out with Kerry Collette down there. It was awesome, awesome, awesome. I would love nothing more than to bring him to Columbus, Ohio on behalf of Central District. Inside the circle, bring him in and run a clinic with him.
Oh, that might happen.
The dude is awesome.
Make that happen.
He's great. He's phenomenal. He's wonderful.
So,
do what you can.
hold on. Okay.
Not a problem, not a problem. But then, not that it was a bad thing. We came back home. We got into our grind in August, September, October, and then, boom, the season started. And we got some new faces in new places. Sean, we have new coaches all over the Central District.
I'm going to throw this up to you. But you know what? If we gave shirts away to ADs for their hiring of coaches, I think we'd be out of shirts.
That's how good the coaching.
No, I really do. This year, our coaches are absolutely phenomenal, and there's not one hire when I'm looking at the list that we got together. God, this is a great hire. Oh my God, this is great. Oh my God, that is a great hire. There are so many great hires. This year that our wrestling's got to get better, doesn't it?
Yes. Because you can't. Okay, so
you can't go further down.
So to start, Big Walnut, Aaron Renner.
Great guy.
Wonderful individual. Phenomenal individual.
We'll see him this week.
Yes, we will.
Not to give too much away, because we'll be at the Big Walnut tournament, so we will see him.
Interesting scenario up at Delaware Hayes. We've got a co-head coach going on with Mark Riemann and Lamb.
Yeah.
Josh Lamb will be running the co-head coach up there, so that's a pretty interesting thing.
I think it's Kevin. You said Mark, but
I did. I'm not sure which one it is. I just say, hey, Coach Riemann. That's all I got.
It's funny because they call you Coach Neiman.
Yeah, weird. Coming back to the Central District after a time off in college is, I almost say Corey Klein, but that's a different one. Chris Klein. Thank you. Chris Klein at Hilliard Davidson. Shoulders getting sore. We've got Flushy moving from St. Charles to Gahanna Lincoln. We have Nate Cornell heading up Mount Vernon.
I love that hire.
Love it.
Sorry, you've ever watched the show, we have been big fans of Nate since day one. And we're talking about the next group of coaches coming in, like the Sabato left, Marinelli, all these guys. Who's going to be the next generation of coaches? And Nate is a great person for Mount Vernon who has just a great tradition of alumni coming in. Can you tell me the last time Mount Vernon did not have one alumnus on staff?
I do. It was 1943.
I was going to say 44.
But I think it was 43. Well, the war.
Oh, the war, yeah, you're right. The war might have thrown off. But anyway, I think he is a great fit for a program that is on the upswing. So
I agree with that wholeheartedly.
Love that hire.
Going to Pick North, we've got the one and only Derek Oney.
Welcome back to the show, buddy.
Yes, sir. Not only does he bring himself, but he also brings a killer staff with him. Dan Ritchie, Bill Eagle, Johnny Copus. My gosh, they've got like 4 or 5 other guys on there that are top notch. And then from there, we've got Westland has a new head coach. I stepped down. And Coach Aldering is in the house at Westland doing great jobs. Phenomenal freshman class.
That's a great upgrade of coaching there.
Probably right. If he's in the building and he's there when practice starts, life is grand. Ferruta is now at St. Charles because Flushy left. Martinez.
Say that 10 times.
Yeah, no kidding. Jose Martinez goes from Newark to Worthington Kilbourne. Well,
if there's like a 1A and a 1AB or whatever you do that. Martinez, the Worthington Kilbourne, is another absolutely great. I mean, this guy out in Newark, there has been nothing going on at Newark for like the past 50 years because it's a basketball town. Everybody knows that.
True.
For what he did with the resources and the programs he had, he done a fantastic job. The middle school out there, the youth out there has just absolutely ballooned. He has done a great job, and I see him carrying that success and that determination over to Worthington Kilbourne. And don't be shocked within 4 or 5 years when he starts getting those feeder programs and those kids' numbers up if they're not back in the mix.
Most certainly. Well, taking over out at Newark is Ken Justice. He'll be there at Newark.
Great guy, community guy as well.
Yes.
Been the youth coach out there for many years. Will do a fabulous job keeping that tradition going alive that Coach Martinez started.
Certainly. Coach McSword's been a long-time assistant at Westerville Central. He is now in charge, the man, so you want to be a head coach. That's all I can say.
Don't bite off more than you can chew.
No, I'm telling you, man. Honestly, I think he'll be all right. I think he'll be all right.
I'm just saying in general,
I know.
Being an assistant coach is a heck of a lot easier than being a head coach.
Been saying it for years.
Yes.
Next up, Briggs, the comeback, baby. Yeah. The comeback. Thomas Joyce, state qualifier for Columbus West back in the day. He is now taking over the helm for my man Herman Hall, which the APB is out. We love to see them. D2, Sean, Buckeye Valley. Cincinnati Cornell left. Buckeye Valley, Brian Pete Wright is there. We have
Are both Pete Wrights there or just?
No, just one. The other one's over at Licking Heights.
Okay.
Felix Cataline takes over I lied. Bishop Watterson.
Yeah, and I told Felix, like, I was not happy with this. I was being a little greedy. I think
there it is, yes.
Felix has done a great job, I think, getting the information to the City League schools. I think he just helped bridge that gap, and I think he was good for City League schools in general.
Yep.
I mean, it's great for him to go to Bishop Watterson. I think he's going to do great things over there in the future, but I'm going to miss sitting down, talking to him at the Darby District, at the food, just, busting about this and that and having a great old time. So I'm going to miss him being at the district, and I'm going to give him heck for leaving the district. So
I love it.
You're on notice now, Felix.
Yeah, you're on notice. Division 2 also had O'Reilly for Hamilton Township. Coach Kikumi steps down. O'Reilly fills in. He's been there a long time. When you see him, you'll be like, oh, that's O'Reilly. Okay. Yeah, exactly. Watson is now at Jonathan Alder. And then Coach Heffernan takes over Olentangy Berlin.
Man, if you talk about like 1A, 2A, you got to be Heffernan. This is a guy who gets teaching from K to 12. He understands the learning process, not only in wrestling and life. I think this is a great hire. I mean, this is probably the most coveted job in Central Ohio last year.
I mean, it's a brand new school. The
community where you're at, like, I think probably 258 people applied for this job, and I don't think they could have had a better hire. Heffernan is a great guy. He's also bringing in Luke Moore from Big Walnut. Talk about buy one get one free.
Yes.
Your Friday special.
Black Friday
special or something.
Yeah.
I think these guys are going to do a great job, and that's another one that I think is just absolutely a knockout for the athletic director to grab that. So
call up. Something like that.
Yes.
I can't. Paul's up. Yeah, that's what it is. Paul's up.
But we are going to have to go 1 year without seeing him at Darby since they're going to be in D2. So I think I can. Okay? I don't know, man. I might.
Well, between Felix and Coach Heffernan, I don't know what we're going to do.
You're going to talk me off the ledge.
I'll see what I can do. Division 3. Fairbanks brings in Jamie Casper, two-time state champ, as a matter of fact.
Awesome.
Love it. You coached at Olentangy Orange for a long time. And then we have Ratliff for West Jeff is in the house.
Another community guy, been out there for a long time, involved in the
program. Heck yeah, long time.
Great hires.
Well, Sean, those are our old faces in new places.
Sometimes new faces in new places.
Yes, that's true too.
Or new faces in old places.
I can't keep up with all that, but Sean, we have some things that you want to talk about. State of the sport address. This is all you. Your mic is on.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, testing. Yeah, me and Mark were talking before we went on camera here. The landscape of wrestling in Ohio has just changed dramatically. The shift of powers has started to level out more, where we're getting superstars from every corner of the state. Would you agree?
Yeah.
I think this is going to be the first year that Ohio awards a medal to a female wrestler. I think Olivia Shore is certainly. I mean, she could be a finalist for as crazy as that is. The wrestling in Ohio for women have come so far, and I'm glad to be part of seeing the change.
You know what's crazy? I've got two things I got. Number one, I think there's 5 states in the union, maybe 7, that have sanctioned women's wrestling as a sport in high school.
Texas is huge.
Ohio's not one. Texas, there's more girls than boys.
I know, that's crazy to me.
Yeah.
But there is. Like Mark said, Texas has more female wrestling teams than boys, as crazy as that sounds.
And we don't have it here in Ohio. That's number one. Number 2, Sean, I want to ask you a question. What do you see as the future for girls? Like, what do we as the fans see as the future for women's wrestling?
Well, I think it continues to grow. I think it's going to continue to grow. Yeah. I think, will they ever have their own state tournament?
In Ohio. That's what I'm asking.
I would say no, because the state is so into money, and we're losing. Everyone knows we're losing money with the state duels. I don't think they're going to sponsor 2 things that are losing money. I could be wrong there, but I mean, who knows? My question to you is, when is the first Division I state qualifier, a female state qualifier in Division I? Because there has been, Paige Nimick, there has been some Division
2, 3, yeah.
But for Division I, there really hasn't been one even close. Is that? Why is the dynamic of that? We don't know?
I don't know. I don't know the answer to that. Depth, I would suppose, is one piece of it. I mean, that's one piece of it.
That's the question. That's the answer for the next show?
Yeah, most certainly, yeah.
Okay, but anyways, I think the landscape has changed. I mean, this is the first year in probably 2 decades that Graham doesn't have a kid ranked in the top 20 in the nation in any way. I can't. I mean, we might.
Is Schaefer not ranked in the top 20?
It might be back like 98, 99 or something since the last time that happened.
You could be right on that.
And this could be the first year that Division I crowns a state team title south of Cleveland. I got about $5 bets with everyone from here to the east of the Mississippi because no one told me what happened. I'm telling you, I think LaSalle, this is a chance we could
This is
have.
it.
This could be the year where we have it. So again, when you look at the state in general, I think the landscape has changed, and we have, as Mark talked earlier, about more parity in the sport because of, I mean, the numbers continue to go down in wrestling. When you look at the sectional numbers, they're either the same or less than the year they were the year before. So it's just continuing to change, and we're trying to change with it, and hopefully it's all for the good.
I would like to ask you a question on that. What do you think attributes to the numbers, the dwindling numbers, even if they're dropping by 10 a year?
Oh, that's very easy to me.
Oh, what is that?
Back in the day, kids used to play multiple sports. Nobody does that anymore. You focus on one sport because AAU, Junior Olympics, things like that have gotten so big. You know, you're a track star. You do AAU track in the summer. You're a baseball guy. We all know the American Legion leagues and stuff like that. Kids today focus on one sport more than they do multiple ones back in the old days.
That's unfortunate, in my opinion. And you know what? ITC tweets out.
And I think pay to play doesn't help.
That does not help.
I'm not going to try a sport for $450 a year. I mean, that's a hard sell for basically any.
That's
not
true.
that all of them are that high, but pay to play has changed. You got to be committed to a sport. We're not going to try a sport that's going to cost me money.
That's a good point. Sean, there's a couple things else that I have, but we're going to move forward. Sean, you had numbers dwindling. You had women's wrestling. Those are big changes. Right? There's another big change that just occurred this past summer.
Okay.
Dealing with, and I mean, icons of the sport. You and I are celebrities. The
fact you said that with a straight face is absolutely hilarious.
Thank you. You and I are just two clowns on with the YouTube channel. These are icons of the sport.
Yes.
They have all three stepped down in one summer. And Sean, you asked the question, when's the next time that's going to happen? It's going to take decades for someone to build up what these three individuals have. And then all three have to
I'm going to say never. I don't like when people use the word never. It's like, or when they feel like he's the greatest of all time.
Yeah.
There's so many years to say that. But really, like Jeff Jordan clearly is one of the most accomplished coaches in Division I history, if not the state and the nation.
Any division, cross divisions, yeah.
And you have like the Division I, probably the great, one of the most...
the greatest figurehead of all wrestling, maybe.
Right. And then
Coach Urbis.
Urbis is the same way. I mean, they all have set so many records. And then Coach G up at Wadsworth, not to be outdone, they have done so much. For all of them to retire in the single year, I just don't think that's... If you put like the top 20 coaches of all time in the state of Ohio, I think all three of those would really be in the top 20. And for all of them to do it in 1 year is absolutely amazing. There will never be a time where so many changing the guard at elite programs will happen at once. But we wish them all the luck. I mean, at some point you got to go on with your life. I think some people, when we read Yappy and hear some of the comments people say, some people actually have lives outside of wrestling, and sometimes you just go do other things. You have grandkids, you have kids, and so forth that you just do other things. So, congratulations and an honor to be following wrestling when you guys were coaches. I really appreciate that I was here to see all this happen.
No doubt, and because we get down on the state floor. For the state tournament Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and I stick around. I know you have in the past. Stick around for that end when they award.
Yes.
Those three have been on the floor, and the number of people that come with them is remarkable. And they're youth to middle school to high school. They're all celebrating their state championships.
Right.
I'll never forget Coach G. I kid you not, there were grandparents there
Yeah.
that were celebrating because they wrestled under Coach G. That's crazy to me. So they've done a great job. So, Sean, speaking of the state tournament, we in the Central District are not peddling our wares, but we are sending representatives from the Central District down to the state tournament. I think there's 4 total.
4?
Name them. Go.
Yes, we're going to congratulate. This year the state has changed. They used to announce the state officials per district in January. This year they're doing it at the beginning of the season.
Yeah.
So we have Troy Nichols. That's going to be one. Moody.
Coach Moody, yes?
No,
not Coach Moody, his dad.
Yeah.
Which I'd be lying if I said I knew his name right now.
Kevin?
Sean?
No.
Brendan.
No,
Kevin.
Brendan's,
Yes,
me,
Kevin.
You're killing me. Man.
I know.
Tom Martin will be there. He was there last year. And newly, state official, James Green. So, Jason
Green. You're killing me.
Well, I think James is the other guy going.
It is. From Cincinnati.
So congratulations to those 4 guys. Congratulations.
We love it. Sean, in order to get the state tournament, you got to place top 4 at the district. In order, top district to be the districts, you got to place top of the sectionals. Sean, we have 5 sectionals. We had 5 last year, but this year we're playing the old shell game.
We're moving them.
And I want you to break it down. Vent your frustration.
I do have a lot of frustration.
I know you do.
I'm not going to vent on you guys because the show's been too long and it's only going to get longer. This year we will have 5 sectionals again.
Okay.
The Whitehall section will be moved to Marysville. So Marysville will now host 2 sectionals. This is not something new in the state. Dayton's been doing it for years. I think Lebanon did it. Yep. So it's nothing new. So what we're going to have is we're going to bring 3 teams in. We're going to bring Ashland, Mansfield, and Lima Senior.
That's
and
correct.
They're going to be assigned to Marysville Section 2.
Yes.
Now we're going to add 6 schools from Columbus to that to make a 9-team sectional.
Yes.
And then that sectional will go to, I don't think they said yet, did they?
It's up north somewhere. It might be northeast this year.
Yeah, but I don't think they just said it's going to be at Menor.
No, I don't think so.
Let's just say Menor.
Okay.
My complaint here, and I talked to Mark this before the show, is Lima Senior was considered a central district, like going to be at Darby School.
Mm-hmm.
When Whitehall decided they did not want to host the section anymore, they're going to kick Lima Senior back to Menor, and I don't think they should change the district of the team they've already assigned just because the school decided not to hold a sectional. Now, I get their point and I understand what they're saying, but I just don't agree with a school being able to be changed like that from another school.
Yeah. I think my biggest thing is all the teams in the Central District get to choose which sectional they go to.
But we're trying to do away with that because for some reason we have this benefit that no one else wants. But that technically will be talked about on the other show. But anyways, we're going to have 49 schools again. 9 will be at the sectional that goes up to Menor, and then the other 4 again will be Watkins, Upper Arlington, Marysville will have another one, Newark.
There you go. Those are your 4.
Is there one more? Is that right?
Well, Marysville too.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah.
All right.
There you go. It's killing me. You got Orbis and Ben Gay. Orbis and Ben Gay. Sean, that is the state of the sport address.
Okay.
There is so much going on from when we leave each other in the state tournament. We catch back up around October. And now we're here with the new faces, new places. And Sean, we had wrestling that went down this weekend.
We did actually have wrestling.
We had tons of wrestling go down this weekend. I'm going to start it off Friday night style. You can technically start Friday night. You don't have to wait till Saturday.
Nobody does that.
Hey!
Nobody starts
However,
on Saturday night.
Westland traveled to Hilliard Darby, and they kicked it off right. It was awesome. Instead of wrestling in the gym, they put it down in the cafeteria, baby. Great atmosphere. I took some
get a
pictures.
box lunch?
No. You had to buy from the concession stand, all that jazz. But my point is, it was a great atmosphere. It was small, close knit. People were rocking and rolling. They were jazzed up. And Westland has a good team. I love what I saw, and the atmosphere was great.
Question. Final score.
46-21. Darby.
Okay.
So they walked away with the victory.
Where's your
Good job to
Where's
them.
your results at?
Results are not online. Coach Moody, if you're out there, I sent you a text message. You said you'd get them to me. Please do.
Gotcha.
But Sean, then we woke up. We went to bed. We woke up on Saturday morning.
No, I stayed up the whole time.
You stayed up the whole night in anticipation.
Anticipation,
Oh my gosh! And you went to Olentangy. No, you didn't.
No, I went to
Upper Arlington.
Upper Arlington.
Golden
True fact,
Bear.
I've never been to an Upper Arlington tournament in my life.
Didn't even wrestle in one?
I've never been to an Upper Arlington sectional, but I did wrestle in an Upper Arlington district, which isn't really Upper Arlington district though. Right? Back in the 80s, they used to hold the district tournament.
About that, but we're talking Olentangy right now. Olentangy ran the tournament. Yes, Olentangy invite. Olentangy won their tournament, outplacing returning district champs Lancaster 197-177. They did it with at least hold on. I'm gonna say this. You got to vent. Now I get to vent. Hey, listen. The Microsoft Excel allows you to run pools. You can do pools. Then when you save it, you can save it as a PDF, and you can just send it to whoever you like. However, Olentangy doesn't do that. I don't know how their results look. It's crazy. I can't read the results. I know for a fact that they had 2 champs. I know that for a fact.
They did have 2 champs for a
yes.
fact.
Pethel
145.
Yes.
And the 82 pounder.
Dap.
Yes. That we know for a fact.
Everything else is a lot sketchy right now. I'm not sure what's going on those things. I sent it to my brother. I kid you not. We've run mini tournament, and my brother was mad. He sent back like that emoji with the red face with the blanked out. He's like, "What are they doing?" Anywho, I don't know. All the teams he wins, they beat Lancaster, they beat St. X, and they also beat Hilliard Bradley.
Okay.
Hilliard Bradley was there. I think they're off now. I think they're going to go in hibernation.
They will.
Yeah, I don't know where they're going to wrestle now, but they'll go somewhere.
If you can find Hilliard Bradley within the next 3 weeks, you get 5,000 points in the scavenger hunt.
Woohoo! Yeah. Next up, Sean, St. Francis de Sales. They run their tournament. Sean, Grove City walks away your champions. I do think they won last year, too.
I believe they did, too.
I do believe they did. Sean, they won with 295 points over highly touted Olentangy Liberty, 275. True story. They did.
That's how you want to sell it?
Yes. Westland comes in third, followed by Licking Heights. Grove City does on the strength of 3 champs. Jordan at 120. Barker at 152. Followed by the heavyweight, Woolard.
Oh, congratulations,
yes, sir.
guys.
Yes.
It was such a throwing Liberty under the bus.
Yeah.
Liberty did have a mixed.
Don't sell it like that.
But they did have 2 champions.
They did.
The transfer from Iowa.
Is it Iowa or Illinois?
Iowa.
Okay, it's Iowa. Yolana?
We'll go with Yolana, 126. Callahan won it at
182.
And then at 138, which probably is the match of the day, there's Bensman at 138 beats Swavely. I think that's a pretty big win for him at 138, 6-5 in the finals there. So maybe keep an eye out on that guy going forward. Was there another school that had multiple champions there?
Yes, there was. Licking Heights, baby. Licking Heights walks away with champs at 106 with Plants.
Plants?
Yes, Colt.
Player of the district, maybe?
Possibly 106. Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Coltis at 132. Hasn't settled if he's going 138, 132, or 126. And
oh really?
True story. He's a bad dude. And then Peters at 200. Options. Yep. Peters at 220 walked away champ. They had another guy in the finals, but he lost to the Westland guy at 195. You had Sherman versus Wilson. So
good match, right?
Great match.
That's what I heard.
Great match. I was following along on track wrestling.
So what's my question here?
Did the home team have a champ? No, they did not. But they did have a finalist.
Okay.
Yeah, the same thing, basically.
That's close.
Yeah, Morris at 152 pounds walks away with 2nd place. Sean, that was St. Francis de Sales. We're going to move on to Upper Arlington, where you were.
Oh, okay. I can talk about it now.
Yes,
now we can talk about it. Yes, thank you, Matt Stout, for having us down there. Coach Stout invited us down there. Loved it. It was a great atmosphere. 4 mats going. Wrestling going the whole time. Yeah, 4 mats. Wrestling going the whole time. It was great overall. Absolutely loved it.
Cool. Great.
Upper Arlington did win it. How many points they have?
They had 255 over Butler's 247. Possibly some Jen Harris scoring, but possibly. We'll see. Olentangy Orange finishes 3rd with 204 points, followed by Westerville South. So good showing by all those guys. Upper Arlington actually had multiple champs. So the home team did have a champ.
Okay, who were the champs?
Yes. Well, you had Thomas at 106.
Okay.
138 Bowers or 145?
138. 145.
Big match over Buell, returning state qualifier.
Yeah, 2 state qualifiers, wrestling. Great match.
Opening week of the season.
Yes, what more could you want? 8-6 and Bowers. And then they had another champ, Freeman. What was Freeman?
195.
195.
Yep.
Freeman.
Sweetness.
And the other schools have multiple champs?
Yes, as a matter of fact, Olentangy Orange did. My man Jackson at 126 is a hammer.
He is a hammer.
He is good.
He's pretty good.
Very good. Dempsey comes in at 182, and my boy Stevenson, football player, said, I'm coming out for wrestling.
Yeah, Stevenson, a new face here. Heavyweight, was injured last year, didn't wrestle at all. Looked the part here at Upper Arlington. A guy who could be a player again. Heavyweight's a mess at this point, and this is another guy who could throw his hat in there to be someone to look out for. Where will he be at in 2 weeks?
Of course, he'll be at North Canton Hoover.
No.
Of course not. He'll be at Olentangy Liberty, right across town.
Oh my God, that term is phenomenal, but we're not going to get off.
We're not. I want to mention one thing. Westboro South's done a great job under the tutelage of Sam Shelby of summer wrestling, and they have some payoff.
They had a champion.
Yes, they did. 152 pounds, Seth Morton. I'm telling you this. Is it Seth?
I think it's Aaron Morton.
I think you could be right, because Seth is from Canal Winchester back in 2006.
I'm gonna go 4 there.
I don't know where it comes from. But anyway, great job, Morton, at 152 pounds at Upper Arlington. Great job. Sean, we're moving on.
Finally.
Yes, exactly. Those were the results from last week. Sean, we want to talk about what's going on this week.
What number is it?
10.
Okay.
10. We're talking about what's coming up.
Have we ever had 10?
No, never. This probably should have been cut into 2. But besides that, I do want to get serious. The upcoming this week, Whitehall Yearling has their traditional dual meet tournament. It's called the Dan Gardner Duels. And recently, within the last 2 or 3 weeks, Dan Gardner actually passed away. And Sean, you did a little research. You talked to Coach P, you did a little research.
Yeah, I've actually met Dan before.
Yeah.
Yeah, a great guy. Actually, Dan was, the tournament was named after him since the beginning of time. Dan was a graduate of Whitehall back in 1961. Got 4th in the state at 167 pounds. Yes, that was a weight class back then. Went to school, came back in 1965, and never left. And when I say never left, as Mark talked about, he passed away 2 or 3 weeks ago. But he was actually the equipment manager for Whitehall this year.
55 years, 57, 58 years.
Never left.
That's incredible.
Left for 4 years to get a degree and came back. And me and Mark talk about this, and we were talking about this off camera. In a world where it's all about transfers and kids moving to better themselves, for a guy to stay at one community his whole life and dedicate his life to improving that community, that is like something that I'm just in awe of. I mean, there is someone in today's society that people think maybe fit that bill, but that's just great for people to be community driven like that, and I wish we had more people like that.
I love it, and I think we do have some people like that. I'll tell you right now, man, our Twitter feed is blowing up. They're getting strong with it. They love their community. Their people giving back,
awesome.
So that's good.
So we will be down there, though,
yes.
real quick. We will be down there. We're going to hit a couple tournaments this weekend. I will be down there for the first 2 rounds to see the
what teams are going to be there?
Dan Garner. Some of the teams are going to be there. Whitehall's going to be there.
Of course.
Pinkerton Central's going to be there.
Yes.
Newly 2-time DeSales champion Grove City's going to be there.
Ooh.
Hartley's going to be there, which is a pretty good Division II school.
Marion Franklin.
Marion Franklin will be there as well.
I thought there was one more. Liberty Union.
Liberty Union
is going to be there. Yes.
So,
Steel Trap, baby. Steel
if you're in
Trap.
that area, go check that out. Another tournament we're going to go to.
Big Walnut.
Big Walnut.
Big Walnut.
Big Walnut.
It used to be the Firehouse Duels, then it became something else, and now it's just the Big Walnut tournament.
Big Walnut Invitational?
Yeah, sure. Why not? There's 16 teams there, Sean.
Yeah, that's a tournament, again, that continues to grow year in and year out. This year they've added Hilliard Darby as well. Darby. So we got top schools we're going to have there. We're going to have Dublin Jerome, Dublin Kaufman, who's looking really good right now. Hilliard, Darby. Granville will be out there.
Oh, little Terry Douglas.
There? Westville Central.
Westland will be there.
Westland will be there. Yeah, great tournament overall. I think they're going to get pools to bracket kind of deal.
Yeah,
so get a lot of matches for those kids.
I can see that. Another one. Worthington Kilbourne, Wolfpack Duels, Coach Martinez. This dude will stop at nothing. He wants wrestling there every weekend, I think. You know, if he's not running a freshman tournament, he's running JV. If it's junior high, yeah, who does he remind you of?
Mark Neiman. That dude, St. Martinez, has like a billion things going on in his head at one time. I'm like, dude, you got to relax and calm down, man. You know what he told me? It's like, hey, man, I think I might be overdoing it. Like, you might think you be overdoing it. You are overdoing it. You do everything. Like, calm down, have some time for yourself. But we love his enthusiasm. We love his energy. With the Wolfpack Duels, we're going to
Mason's going to be up.
Mason's going to be up there. They usually bring a mixed schedule.
Yeah.
I'm not sure what we're going to do.
St. Charles?
St. Charles will be there.
St. Francis de Sales?
St. Francis de Sales. Walnut Ridge will be there. I like Walnut Ridge. I see these guys at Upper Arlington tournament. God, I think they're the team to beat in the City League. Coach Ayers is doing, and that staff is doing a fabulous job. Look out for Walnut Ridge.
I can't think of another team that would bring it like that.
They could win those duels. They really could.
You could be right. Coach Ayers does a great job, not only on the gridiron, but also the mat. So, great job, Coach Ayers. How about this one? There is and if that's not exciting enough.
What about if I can't wait?
Yeah, if you cannot wait.
If I can't wait to Saturday.
There is Thursday Night Thunder happening with at Westerville South.
There's a 2x4?
Yes.
Okay.
And then if you can't stand that, there is another 2x4 at New Albany.
Oh, really?
Yes, those are on Thursday night. 2 2x4s going on at Westerville South and New Albany. And then
so that's like 3 days away.
Yes.
I might be able to hit that up.
Ooh. I'll probably, if I'm not taking my daughter to tumbling, I will be at the New Albany one.
Got you.
Because people have lives outside of wrestling. I don't get it. I don't get it. Anywho, how about this one? If you want Thursday and Saturday, that's great, love it. But if you want Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, you could technically go to Mount Vernon on Friday night and watch a try.
You could go to Mount Vernon.
You might not see anything. But if you go to Delaware Hayes, you're going to see Delaware, Mount Vernon, and Watkins Memorial going down.
I'm surprised you got Watkins there at the end.
Yeah.
So you're telling me I could watch wrestling on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday?
Yes. Yes, all day, every day.
That's some rock in there in the Central District.
That's what we do here. Sean, I've got nothing left. I really have nothing left. I have no idea what else we need.
Are we going to do a top 10 in Division 1?
You tell me if we're going to do a top Division 1.
We're not going to do a top 10 Division 1. The Division 1 is right now a mess. Everybody knows that. I feel like we're the walking wounded. Either kids have transferred out of the district or they're just hurt. So I think we need a couple more weeks to get an idea. I think the weekend of the 15th there, we're going to have North Canton Hoover. We're going to have the Liberty that me and Mark always talk about. A lot of big tournaments where I think we'll start to see kids pop up. You know, you had football kids coming off injury, and go from there. So we're going to address that later. I do think there's a couple teams that's going to come down to, and I think in Division 1, I would be shocked if Dublin Kaufman is not wrestling in the state duels.
They haven't won a dual meet this year.
They actually went 4-0 up there at Uniontown Lake. Good.
Yes.
I don't have the results, I do, but we just got so much going on.
Oh, wait, time out. You want results? They crushed everybody. They beat a team 83-0.
I just think 285, they're a pretty good team. I will be shocked if they are not in the state duels.
Okay.
But then there's some other teams. I thought Tays Valley might be a team to watch this year, but I talked to Coach Nate's down there, and he said they had a lot of injuries. He's not sure what his lineup looks like. Olentangy, I thought Olentangy was the sleeper team. Olentangy was my sleeper team here that nobody was kind of talking about. Olentangy and the Lewis Center.
Okay.
I thought, man, these guys are under the radar, and with the puncher's chance, they could still derby. But I talked to the coach up there. You know, Sherman's out until maybe February, which never sounds good. You know, Hand gets hurt. You know, I thought maybe Patel would be the choice there at 38, but he's elected to go 45, and then your boy Dupe at 182.
Yeah.
So that was a team. So, but you know, if any school got hurt from the new Berlin opening, I think it's Olentangy. They just had a lot of kids. I mean, and then Michael North transfers out with never transferring in.
Yeah.
Just a lot of things went bad for them. So we'll just have to see how that progresses going forward.
Certainly. So no D1 top 10. Can
No,
you give a consolation?
I got to give him some. I don't like that you called it a consolation.
Hey, you're right. That's not a good turn.
We're not going to do Division I, and we always give rankings. Let's give the D2 some love here and give them a top 5 here.
Let's do a top 5. Sean, do you want to start at the top?
Oh, we're starting at the top. It's D2.
All right, here we go. Hold on. Is this in the way? Is this in the way? Is this okay? Go ahead.
At number 1, we're going to go River Valley. I think I'm splitting hairs here with 1 and 2 because I think River Valley is a better dual meet team than my number 2 selection here. So, like, how do you rank them? Do you do it by tournament? Do you whatever?
Been saying
River
it for
Valley
years.
Here, I really like. You got the Miracle Boys up there. You
Yes.
got Hayden Daniels. You got Upper Graham. Continue to look out for, and they're always good.
They are always good.
They have been good since the beginning of time.
All right, number 2.
At number 2, we're going Hartley here. Probably the better overall tournament team when you look at it. You got a couple state placers returning, a host of district placers. You got the Petrella boys up there.
Yep.
You got Rathburn.
Yes.
You got Nate Jackson, the heavyweight.
Yes.
And you know the wild card here, let's not avoid the elephant in the room, is Norwood. Is Norwood going to wrestle for him? We know he's at the score. Everyone knows that. We're still waiting. We're still waiting. He must have came from the zoo. We're still waiting a ruling on that. And if he's able to wrestle, I mean, they might be the team to beat with all those top level talents there.
What about number 3?
At number 3, we're going with the new school in the district, the Bears of Berlin here. I mean, they're going to probably fill every weight class, which is huge when you start to get in Division 2 and Division 3. You got Corey Hill probably leading the way, but their freshmen and sophomore that they got, those guys are legit. You got Heffernan and Moore, 3 months to get
Sokol? Oh, yeah. Sorry, I got
those guys, Heffernan and Moore 3 months to get these guys where they want them. The progression is going to be great.
Yes.
Look for them to make some noise there late in the season under that
Starting off at number 3.
At number 4, we're going to go London here.
Nice.
A team that's kind of starting to come around there. They got Kennedy, Davis, my God, I think his name's Dominic Davis. That kid is absolutely phenomenal. You got Colvin and Harper over there to lead the way as well. So look for them.
That's a lot of kids.
And at number 5, last but not least, is Amanda. Drake, Turner, Hoffman.
Seth boys
out there. So they're going to have some things. I don't know how much.
Stud freshman named Rigsby.
I know that Hartley and Berlin are at
Olentangy Liberty?
Yes, I'm telling you, phenomenal tournament. You got to go to that tournament. And this is where we're at right now. We're probably sprinkling in some Division 2 and Division 3 rankings as we go along. Those guys give us so much love. They always tweet us. They're busting our balls here about why no D2 love? Why no D3 love? Man, trust me. If you know how long it took us to get where we're at right now, if you can see this crazy board here, you need a translator to know what's going on.
Sean, it sounds like you're done.
That's the rankings of Division 2.
Yes, and now you are inside the circle.